Habari Gani. Habari Ganio. Habari Gani is Swahili for what's the news? And your response is Umoja. Umoja. Welcome back. Queen Osette here, and today we begin the celebration of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a 7-day culmination of all of the work that we have done through the year. It is a time for family, friends, community to come together to celebrate our culture, our heritage, our work, our achievements, everything. So we know that Kwanzaa, if you were with me last year, is Swahili for first fruits. And Kwanzaa, each day is celebrated or represented by a particular principle. So every family will celebrate Kwanzaa in their own way. We do different activities, including singing, dancing, storytelling, excuse me, drums, and of course a large home-cooked meal. This feast is called a karamu, and we have this on December 31st, New Year's Eve. So, as I said, each day of Kwanzaa, we're going to celebrate one of the 7 principles or core values of the African culture, and each principle is represented by a symbol. And these principles are called Nguzo Saba. Nguzo Saba, right? And so these symbols are each day Umoja, which is for unity, and that is represented by the mazao, or crops. The candle color is black, and that will be the first candle that is lit. Then we have Kujichagulia, which will be tomorrow, and that is for self-determination. And that is represented by the mkeke, which is the woven mat in which we place our kanara and our first fruits and everything on top of. And that is represented with a red candle. On day 3, we have Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. And that symbol is Vimbunzi, which is an ear of corn. And the candle color for that is green. And day 4 is Ujama, cooperative economics. Ujama. And that is represented by the Mashumba Saba. And those are the 7 candles of Kwanzaa. And on the Kanara, we will light a red candle for that. On day 5, that principle is Nia. Nia. Purpose. And that is the Kanara in which we place the candles. And that candle color is green. On day 6, we have Kuumba. Kuumba. Creativity. And that is represented by the symbol of the Kikombecha. And that is the unity cup, the cup that is passed around for all family members and invited guests to take a sip of. And that is candle color red. And on the last day is Imani. Imani. Faith. And that Kwanzaa symbol is Zawadi. And those are gifts. And these gifts tend to be handmade. And usually the children are the ones that take great pleasure in creating gifts. And that candle color would be green. And at the end of the 7 days, your Kanara, which is 7 candles, not a menorah, which is 8 candles, your Kanara will be fully lit. So, as I said, today, first day of Kwanzaa, and in the morning, the first person that you see, you greet them with Habari Gani. Habari Gani. Okay, so what I want to do this year is share some of my deck collection with you. I have quite a few decks from various artists, and for some odd reason, I just feel that this is something I want to do, and then we'll go ahead and do a little spread. I will put in the description box below spreads, a link to Veronica Rose, who helped me. Actually, she's the one that created the spreads. I just asked her to help me put them together. I put a link to her website where you can download the spreads. I will also put a link to any information for the artists that I may be talking about. So, what you heard me playing was called a shekere, and that is, I wish you could see it, but it's close up right now. That's what gives us our call. Today, I would like to share a deck that was created by a Mary Thibaut Watson. And it is called, remove these, the Lucid Tarot. Now, Mary Thibaut Watson created this deck, oh my gosh, several years ago, and I remember it had gone out of print. It had been out of print for quite some time, and I had contacted her a year or two ago asking if she had one in a basement, one that was damaged, one that I could buy. I didn't care. I was on the hunt for this deck, and I couldn't even find one to purchase at any price. Just no one was giving up their deck. And so Mary was kind enough to actually keep my contact information, and she reached out to me and said, hey, I'm reprinting the deck. Here's the link. I didn't hesitate. I snatched this deck up. So, without further ado, let's see. The Lucid Tarot is a multicultural collage deck which features Egyptian, African, Greek, Roman, Native American, East Indian, African American, and Asian-inspired images. Also included are wildlife and nature images, photography, abstract ancient art, as well as touches of fantasy, mysticism, spirituality, metaphysics, and religion. Mary says that the card meanings are Rider-Waite-Smith based, and most of the titles follow the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, but some have been renamed for more modern interpretation. The High Priestess is priestess. The Wheel of Fortune is the wheel. The Hanged Man is the hanged woman. The World is the universe. Page is the student. The Knight is the apprentice. The student and the apprentice, of course, can be either male or female. She says that changes have been made to the symbols of two of the suits. Pentacles have become coins, and wands have become torches. So the meanings, for the most part, stay the same, you know. And she has here a decent size little white book. There are no spreads in the book, but she has, you know, enough detailed detailed information about each of the cards and the meanings. And what I do like is that she has quotes from certain people famous in history. Let's see what we have here for the student of torches. That would be the Page of Wands. And this is by Benjamin Franklin. If you would have a faithful servant and one that you like, serve yourself. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, I should have shown you the back of the cards. There you are. I would say that looks like perhaps it's what did you call that? Fractals. It could be looking down inside of a crystal. I'm not really sure. I just like it. It's simple, eye-catching. It works with the deck. Do that. Priestess. Empress. Emperor. Hierophant. Lovers. Listen to what she says about the lovers. Lovers represents two equals, whether they be married couple, soulmates, two men, two women, a man and a woman, business partners, lifelong friends, etc. It may also represent a need to make a choice between two opposites or the concept of duality. The lovers are two fully realized individuals. Their hands touch, but they both stand on their own 2 feet. Their gaze is forward and direct. They choose to be together of their own free will. Above them floats a white butterfly, symbol of the soul, expansion, resurrection, rebirth, transition, vulnerability, and love. When we combine with another person or entity, we open ourselves up and become vulnerable. Choice is a celebration of letting go and being open to what comes next. Chariot. Strength. Hermit. Let's see, the hermit is led by ghostly, sure-footed mountain goat who knows the way. Above her glitters the night sky, full of bright stars and a full moon. She is not afraid of the stillness or of being alone. The path she has chosen is long and arduous with no end in sight, but she knows it's the journey that matters, not the destination. The knowledge she is gaining by taking the solitary path will be used to help, teach, and lead others. Wheel of Fortune, or rather the wheel, being in constant motion. Hangman. Hangwoman, rather. Woo. So used to saying hangman, aren't we? Death. You must excuse my hesitancy. I'm looking at these cards as though I've looked at them for the first time. I'm looking at them from my perspective upside down. Okay, here we are. The Devil. Tower. Star. Sun. No creepy baby on this sun card, huh? Judgment. Let's take a look at that judgment. Judgment demands that you realize the best version of yourself. Who were you born to be? What is your calling? What can you accomplish in this life? How can you become a better person? What dreams do you have and how can you achieve them? Who can help you? How can you leave the world a better place? If you knew you could never die, what would you do? These are difficult questions that no one else can answer for you. Judgment demands that you heed the call in your soul to awaken and seek out your highest truths. Listen to the call of the universe and follow it, even though you may not know exactly where it will lead. Take responsibility for yourself and your actions and be an inspiration to others. Pay it forward. Oh. And the universe. Okay. So now we move on to torches. Or wands, rather. Ace. Two of Wands. Three of Torches. Oops, sorry. Four. Five. Five of Torches. Let's take a look. See what she says here. Five of Torches represents competition, strategy, discipline, and conflict. This person recognizes that healthy give and take can lead to progress for all involved. He enjoys mental and physical exertion as it spurs his energy level. He respects others when they disagree with him, as he knows everyone is entitled to their own opinion, even if it conflicts with his own. He stands up for what he believes is right, but always fights fair. An artist is someone who enters into competition with God, and that's Patti Smith. The Six of Wands, Six of Torches. Seven of Torches. Eight. It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. Lena Horne. Now we have our page, or rather our student of torches. Our apprentice. Our queen. Our knight. Oh, rather, I'm sorry, our king. Long day. Okay, let us move on to cups. Two of Cups. Three. I think you still get the same vibe, the same energy, I wouldn't say that this will be a deck for an absolute beginner, but if you are familiar with the Rider-Waite-Smith system, you shouldn't have any problem reading this deck. Swords. So the cups had an Egyptian feel, and I'm going to say that swords look to be perhaps Greek. Nine of Swords. Let's see what she has to say about Nine of Swords. Let me share that with you. Nine of Swords represents worry, suffering, and loneliness. She wants to relieve the pain of her loved ones, but feels unable to. Anxiety and apprehension are her constant companions, and in the dark of the night her tears flow unceasingly. Nine of Swords epitomizes worry and sorrow for others, but she does not realize that it only serves to break her down and sap her considerable strength. Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength. And this is by Corey Ten Boom. The guidebook also has upright and reverse positions as well. So while it doesn't have any spreads, it does give you, can assist you with whether you read reversals or not. There's your apprentice. The owl. There's the Queen of Swords. And there's your King of Swords. Okay. And now we come to coins. This suit is Egyptian in feel. King of Coins. So, let's do a quick reading, shall we? Let's give these a good shuffle. And for today's principle, Umoja, talks about unity. Let's see what we can find out in regards to our overall beliefs in regards to unity. Why can I not speak today? A, because, the holiday falls in the middle of the week. For you guys who love Llewellyn cardstock, this is a dream. It shuffles beautifully. We're good and shuffled. But, okay. One of the things I'm going to do, I think, is pull an energy or an advice card first, and then use the tarot to see how we can implement the advice that's given to us. And so I'm going to pull the advice cards from this deck, my Black Angel cards. I'll do a walkthrough of these cards a little bit later on. But let's go ahead and pull an advice card. And then these are some big cards. Let me show you. They're pretty big. I might have to, Anyway. What advice do we have to instill unity within our community? What advice do you have to give us in regards to bringing unity to our community, establishing unity within our community for this coming year? Let's see what I can do here. A lot of cards. You can see that. So let's choose this one. Oh, it's the poet. Okay. Let's see what the energy of the poet is. Let's see that. Is that it? Good. In there? Yes. All right. Let's see. You bring rhythm to life. The poet invokes the energy we need to heal. You are the rhythm, the beat, and the pulse. You remind us of being in rhythm with the movement of the planets and being in our bodies. As poet, your rhythmic nature brings meaning to how we express our lives. Sometimes with words you can stir the deepest emotions. You often speak pointedly from a place of pain or joy. Your rushing river of creativity has a quickness certain to bring the dead back to life. Your way of awakening enters into your subconscious enters into our subconscious where all our secrets are residing. As poet, you are vitality. On the waking path, you are able to overcome obstacles by expanding your awareness of how to approach life. This new awareness brings fluidity to places that would normally stop or trap you. You know you are on a waking path when you are able to receive all that flows into the rhythm of your life. Rhythm is important to our staying conscious of the life we are living. As a poet, you may use language, art, dance, theater, or simple conversation to confront secrets, challenge beliefs, and open the mind and heart to the unspeakable numbness and blindness we can feel, in which there is a true suppression, or rather suppression, of the true spirit and incorrect notions of superior and inferior people. When I review this deck, I'll let you know that there is a sleeping path and a waking path. But for the waking path, so the poet actually asks us to use our words to communicate. Umoja, unity. Of course, we can't have that without communicating properly. So let's find out what we can do, how we can improve our communication, right? I know the spread that Veronica Rose created for this particular principle has how you can improve your unity within your family and your social network, your professional life, and your community. So we're going to ask, what can we do to improve our communication skills within the community? Oh, well, there's one card. The Two of Cups. Talk about communication. Can't have that without another person. In order to have the right communication, though, we should be willing to be open and receptive to hearing what another person has to say. We should be non-judgmental. We should remove all preconceived notions when it's involving ourselves in a dialogue with another person, especially if we want to gain information, glean some knowledge, even if you just want to share something, perhaps allow the person that you're speaking with to complete their sentence before you jump in, or perhaps you should make space, make time to have conversation with another person. So, and my second card is Apprentice of Coins. We have there, right? So the apprentice is the page, or rather the knight of coins, okay? And so we should probably be a bit discerning about how we communicate. We're in holiday season. Everyone is rushing about, trying to get this done and get settled in for the cold winter that's coming in. But now that I think that most of this holiday season is over, perhaps we can take time as the apprentice of coins, as the Knight of Pentacles. Let me put that in here. And become a bit more pragmatic as to how we are going to approach another person. Perhaps become a bit more thoughtful, a bit more, taking our time, just slowing things down. Maybe that's the message. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. I'm going to sign off now, and I shall see you tomorrow. Habari Gani, Umoja, unity. Take care.